You know what? No one talks about how quickly a dollar-priced store can become your lifeline when the lights go out. People think that survival gear should cost hundreds, but I tell you right now, some of the best survival items during a power outage can be found on those shelves for just $1. No tricks, no excuses. If you want your family to be safe, warm, and fed during a power outage, these 10 survival items will be the cheapest insurance you'll ever buy. Let's start with number 10. Duct tape. When the lights go out and chaos begins, duct tape from the dollar store is not just tape. This is survival magic in a roll. People forget that duct tape was used during NASA's Apollo 13 mission to save astronauts from suffocation. This is not an urban legend. It is a documented story. And here, we can buy that same miracle material for just $1 at the dollar store. In the event of a power outage, your windows may crack from the sudden drop in temperature. Pipes may start to leak, or the battery pack of your flashlight may disconnect. Duct tape can solve each of these problems on the go. It seals gaps to keep precious warmth in the room. It strengthens weak spots on doors in case burglars start rummaging around, and even turns empty cans or bottles into waterproof containers. Did you know that duct tape can also serve as a bandage if you don't have medical tape? It's not very aesthetic, but it can keep the gauze in place and prevent bacteria from entering. One roll contains up to 50 yards, which can mean many repairs and improvisations during a week of power outage. And here is an interesting fact. During Hurricane Sandy, stores throughout New Jersey reported a complete sellout of duct tape within 24 hours of the power outage. Why? Because everyone suddenly remembered how critically important it was when it was already too late. Don't be that person. For $1, you can add one of the most versatile survival items on Earth to your emergency kit for a power outage. Buy at least 3 rolls, because trust me, one won't be enough when problems start. 9. Aluminum foil. Most people walk past the aluminum foil section in the dollar store without a second thought. But in the conditions of a power outage, this shiny roll can be the deciding factor between sitting idle in the dark and cooking survival food like a true professional. Think about it. Aluminum foil is resistant to high temperatures, waterproof, reflects light, and is lightweight. You can wrap food in it and throw it on the fire or hot coals for cooking when your stove isn't working. You can wrap cardboard boxes in foil to create an improvised solar oven that heats up to 200 degrees Fahrenheit on a sunny day. You can even use foil to reflect light from candles or lanterns around the room, doubling the brightness without using extra batteries or fuel. Here is a forgotten genius application. Aluminum foil can serve as a signal. In a situation without electricity or communication, you can hang strips of foil outside your house to catch sunlight and signal over long distances. Emergency services confirmed that they saw such improvised signals during rescue operations. A standard roll of foil in the store costs between 25 to 30 feet of this miracle metal. This is enough to wrap many dishes, create several light reflectors, and still have material left for insulating small containers with food or water. Research shows that foil can reduce heat loss by up to 77%, which is why it is used in professional emergency blankets. So yes, that roll for $1 sitting on the shelf in the store can become a matter of life and death during a power outage. Stock up on it now, because when the shelves are empty, you won't be able to buy what a roll of foil can do for any amount of money. Second, plastic coverings. Here's the harsh truth. When the electricity goes out, your home is not the fortress you think it is. Roof leaks, broken windows, drafts, all of this becomes apparent when there is no electricity to maintain normal functioning. That's why dollar store plastic coverings are survivalists' secret weapon. For $1, you can buy a covering that instantly transforms into shelter, insulation, or protection for your supplies. During the power outage caused by storms, coverings can cover broken windows to prevent rain and cold air from entering. They can cover the floor, creating a dry area for sleeping. Or they can be tied with paracord to create an improvised tent inside your living room, concentrating body heat in a small space. According to the Federal Emergency Management Agency, one of the most requested items after hurricanes is, believe it or not, plastic sheeting. This is because when the electricity goes out, the damage from water increases and people rush to seal all openings. The plastic covering can also serve as a giant water collector. In survival training, experts demonstrate how to direct rainwater into buckets or bottles using only plastic sheeting and a bit of creativity. And do not underestimate its psychological value. The presence of a dry, isolated area to take refuge during a long power outage keeps morale higher than you might think. In extreme cases, coverings can even serve as improvised insulation for the body if laid down with blankets. For $1, you get an item that professional emergency services rely on during every emergency. So why not? Plastic coverings disappear from the shelves first during weather-related outages. Buy them now, and you'll be ahead of the rest. Lanterns. Let's be honest. During a power outage, the first thing everyone panics about is the light. Nobody likes sitting in the dark, stumbling over furniture. The good news is that dollar stores really sell small LED flashlights. Although they are not as powerful as expensive tactical models, they can be a real lifesaver when your home is plunged into darkness. Most of them run on AA or 8AA batteries, which you can also buy cheaply right there. Now, here's why you shouldn't underestimate these cheap flashlights. LED technology has become so efficient that even a $1 flashlight can run for 12 to 20 hours on a pair of batteries. This is enough to survive a few nights in the dark before you even have to think about replacing the batteries. According to data from the Ministry of Energy, the average duration of power outages in homes in the USA is currently 3.5 hours. However, during severe storms, power outages can last a week or more. Imagine what it's like to spend 7 nights without light if you're not prepared in advance. Lanterns also serve tactical functions. They can be used to signal neighbors, request help, or simply to make burglars hesitate if they see a beam of light moving across your property. A useful tip: buy at least 3 lanterns, one for the bathroom, one for the kitchen, and one for the bedside table. Light is safety. It's that simple. And if you want to use your resources most effectively, some stores even sell mini lamps for books. They may seem like toys, but they consume very little energy and are perfect for tasks like cooking or reading maps when the electricity is off. Never underestimate light. He helps avoid panic. The sixth is a rope and twine. During a power outage, you don't think about the rope until you need it, and then it will be too late. In stores, you can find rolls of nylon rope, cotton twine, and sometimes even imitations of paracord, all of which should be purchased immediately. Rope is the foundation of improvisation. With her help, one can tie tarps, hang lanterns, create ropes for drying wet clothes, or even build a lifting mechanism if heavy items need to be raised. Nylon rope in particular can withstand up to 100 pounds, which is more than enough for securing doors, lifting buckets of water, or binding broken furniture for emergency repairs. During long outages, a rope becomes your multifunctional tool. You will find a use for it every day. And don't forget about safety. In high-rise buildings, a rope can become your evacuation plan if a fire breaks out during a power outage. It may seem dramatic, but the Federal Emergency Management Agency reports that the number of house fires increases during outages because people use candles, propane heaters, or unsafe homemade stoves indoors. A cheap rope can help you quickly leave the second-floor window. Cotton twine may seem less impressive, but it is perfect for small tasks like tying firewood, securing bags of groceries from pests, or even marking pathways in pitch darkness by stretching it as a guide. The story shows that civilizations thrived or fell depending on the availability of a sturdy rope. For $1, you can get this vital tool, which will await you in your blackout kit. Don't miss it. It's one of the cheapest and most versatile tools you will ever buy. The fifth is emergency ponchos. No one thinks about a poncho until the rain starts pouring, and suddenly you feel the cold, dampness, and discomfort in the midst of a power outage. The truth is that hypothermia can catch you not only in the wilderness, it can happen in your living room if the electricity is out, the temperature drops, and you are sitting in wet clothes. Emergency ponchos from the store may look fragile, but do not underestimate their impact. These thin sheets of waterproof plastic act as personal microclimates, retaining body heat and protecting you from wind and rain. A poncho weighs almost nothing, folds to the size of a pocket, and can save your life. Research shows that a wet body loses heat 25 times faster than a dry one. This means that even at temperatures from 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, the risk of hypothermia becomes real. Imagine what it is like to face this problem when you are already suffering from the lack of electricity, heat, and hot water. A poncho can also serve other functions. It can be cut and used as a temporary tent, laid on the floor in a tent, or even used to collect rainwater in containers. Some prepared people used ponchos as improvised stretchers to drag injured relatives over short distances. One poncho in the store costs less than your morning cup of coffee, but provides a level of survival that can save your life during a storm with a power outage. And here is the harsh reality. In every major power outage caused by hurricanes or snowfalls, people died not from hunger or thirst, but from hypothermia. Don't let this happen to you. Stock up on ponchos, one for each family member, and a few extras. The next important item is glow sticks. At first glance, they seem like something children use for Halloween, but in survival conditions, these little glow sticks become a real find. In the absence of electricity, glow sticks provide a safe, non-flammable light source that shines for 8 to 12 hours. This is a whole night of illumination without the need to worry about battery drain, fire risks, or smoke from candles. Fire services across the country actually recommend glow sticks as part of emergency kits because they pose no fire hazard during outages. Let's talk about psychology. Darkness induces panic. Studies published in the Journal of Ecological Psychology show that people become disoriented, anxious, and more prone to accidents after just 30 minutes in complete darkness. Open a glowing stick, hang it in the room, and your space will become safe again. Moreover, they are also tactically useful. Tie one to a rope to mark paths in the dark. Throw one in the toilet to see what you're doing while the plumbing still works, or hang them on the door to avoid tripping over furniture. They can also serve as great quiet signals. You can wave one to attract the attention of family members without shouting, or use different colors for coded communication. In hurricane-prone regions, people often buy them in large quantities before storms. The beauty is that in the store, you can buy a pack of 2 to 4 glowing sticks for just $1. This means that for the cost of one burger at fast food, you can safely light several rooms all night. Light is control. Glow sticks give you this quickly and cheaply. The third necessary item is a mechanical can opener. This is something people forget until they find themselves with a pile of cans and realize they have no way to open them. You can buy as many cans as you want in the store. Chili, beans, soup. But without a can opener, they are just heavy metal weights. Every major blackout, from Texas in 2021 to Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria, exposed people's vulnerability. There were constant reports that people had food but no way to prepare it. A mechanical can opener solves this problem instantly. The charm of budget options is that they are simple. No batteries, no electricity, just mechanics. Some survivalists claim that you can open cans with knives or stones, but this leads to cuts and infected wounds, especially when hospitals are already overloaded. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, even small cuts can develop into serious infections if not treated. A can opener not only protects your hands, but also preserves precious calories. Fighting with cans is a waste of time and energy that you can't afford. One turn of the knob, and you gain access to 1,000,000 calories of long-term storage. Helpful tip. Buy 2. One for your kit in case of a blackout, the other as a backup. And don't forget, can openers are a golden reserve for barter trade. In an area where everyone has canned goods, but only you have a way to open them, you suddenly become the most valuable person on the street. One can opener for $1 is insurance against hunger, disappointment, and unnecessary injuries. It's the cheapest peace of mind you'll ever buy. The second thing is lighters and matches. When the light goes out, the ability to ignite a fire becomes essential. Of course, flashlights and glow sticks help, but fire is a primal force. It provides light, warmth, and the ability to cook. Budget stores usually sell packs of disposable lighters and matchbooks that are worth buying in bulk. Fire signifies resilience. The U.S. Department of Energy reported that after major storms, one of the most pressing issues is the inability to heat food or boil water, where your $1 lighter or box of matches becomes invaluable. A single Bic lighter can give you 3,000 strikes before it runs out. Matches, on the other hand, do not fail if stored properly, and a pack often contains 300 to 500 strikes. Together, they ensure a reserve, the golden rule of a prepared person. Fire also brings psychological relief. Research in the psychology of disasters confirms that people feel calmer and safer around fire. In addition, you can light candles, ignite coals for grilling, or burn trash if there are sanitation issues. Consider barter value as well. In a crisis, a lighter can be worth more than gold to someone freezing in the dark. During the blackout in the northeastern United States in 2003, stores sold out their fire-starting supplies within hours. You don't want to become one of those desperately seeking help. The budget store gives you the chance to build a reserve without straining your finances. For less than $5, you can walk away with enough lighters and matches for your family to survive a blackout for several weeks. A small price, a huge benefit. And finally, batteries. Let's not veil this. Without batteries, all the other electronic devices in your blackout kit become useless burdens. Lanterns, radios, even some medical devices like glucometers. They all depend on this small cylinder with stored energy. Stores with low prices offer AAA batteries and sometimes even D cells. Although these are not the most famous brands, they will suit your needs. Keep your essential equipment operational when there is no electricity. According to the Federal Emergency Management Agency, 60% of households in the United States do not have enough batteries to survive a 3-day power outage. This is frightening statistics, as the Ministry of Internal Security emphasizes that radios, which allow receiving information about weather warnings, evacuation orders, and rescue operations, can reduce survival risks in disaster conditions by half. Without electricity, radios need batteries. It's not just about light or sound. In conditions of power outages, information becomes a matter of life and death. Batteries are also of great value for trade. During Hurricane Katrina, survivors reported exchanging batteries for food, bottled water, and even medicine. For $1, you can buy a package that will keep your flashlight lit all night or allow your emergency radio to receive important updates for several days. Helpful advice: standardize your equipment. Make sure that most of your survival tools run on AA or AAA batteries so you don't have to deal with different battery sizes. Then buy bulk packages in low-price stores. The calculations are simple. $1 can be the difference between complete isolation in darkness and the ability to stay connected in light and safety. When the shelves are empty, batteries will disappear first. Buy them now, and you won't regret it. So here are 10 items that can save your life during a power outage, which you can buy right now for a small amount at a low-price store. Don't wait for the shelves to empty and the light to go out. Spend $10 today, and you will have a set that helps you stay warm, full, and sane while others wander in the dark.